asking why I let it go. It's just way too much for my heartbeat, so I'm laying low. Yes, I could rethink what I'm thinking if I had control, but I don't, so don't you be asking why I love you so. Your love ain't free, it's killing me. I want it to end, oh, 'cause I've been trying, I've been waiting for so long. I'm waiting, 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 waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. It's hard to do and it hurts to say, but if you love something, let it go. Tomorrow comes, it's another day. So if you love something, let it go. If you love something, let it go. If you love something, let it go. It's hard to do and it hurts to say, but if you love something, let it go. Tomorrow comes, it's another day. So if you love something, let it go. I try to fix it. I try to picture someone else but you. But then you kissed me, and now there's nothing else I wanna do. For the record, I never thought it would be you and me. You said tomorrow, let's see what happens, but it's plain to see. And tonight we're like fire and ice. I'm burning all over, and we're starting a riot tonight. Don't want this to be over. Any second we're all burned down. If we stay here, we'll probably drown. I know this will never work, and I saw it all before, but I will really miss you on the dance floor. And tonight we're like fire and ice. I try to fix it. I try to picture someone else but you. But then you kissed me, and now there's nothing else I wanna do. And tonight we're like fire and ice. I'm burning all over, and we're starting a riot tonight. Don't want this to be over. Any second we're all burned down. If we stay here, we'll probably drown. I know this will never work, and I saw it all before, but I will really miss you on the dance floor. And tonight we're like fire and ice. I know this will never work, and I saw it all before, but I will really miss you on the dance floor. And tonight we're like fire and ice. I wanna be a weekend lover. Yeah, I'ma be the best damn lover you got. I wanna mess up your covers. I don't wanna meet your mother. Never ever ask me how I've been. Remember to shine, oh, show me what you can do. The way my hands feel on your body, the way we're dancing in the dark. With every move I make, you're falling. The way my lips feel on your body, the way we're moving in the dark. With every breath we take, you're falling. I ain't got no time for romance, but baby I don't want to lead you on. Not looking for something steady, not ready for that. I'm the best thing that has ever happened to you. Here's your time to shine, oh, show me what you can do. Make a move, the way my hands feel.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of the European Masters Ultimate Championships. We are down at the knuckle end of the tournament now. We go into bracket play and we start things off with an open quarter-final. It's Belgium taking on Poland, a rematch of the first game of the tournament for these sides, where Belgium won on Universe 15-14. So if we've got anything like that, we are in for an absolute cracker. It's Benji Reese with you for this one. Delighted to be joined by Charlotte Terrason.
Hi Benji, also delighted to be with you here for the first quarter. Actually, there are only 2 quarters happening in this division, since France and GB already qualified for the semis. Now we're gonna find out from Belgium and Poland who is gonna face France in semis.
You are bang on the money there. Belgium versus Poland. The winner will face France, whereas Great Britain will end up facing the winner of the other quarter-final, which is Italy against Germany.
Indeed, and for this game now, we've seen yesterday Belgium against Italy having a heck of a game, winning over them 15-10, but I think we haven't seen Poland yet, so really eager to see how this game is gonna go, who is gonna make it to face France later today.
Yeah, it will be an interesting proposition for one of these sides. They've had slightly mixed fortunes. We mentioned that the first game, Belgium had that 15-14 victory. Since then, for the Poles, they had another Universe point loss to Germany and then lost to France 15-11, but bounced back to win their previous 2 games, 15-8 over Spain and 15-10 over the Czech Republic. For Belgium, they also lost to France 13-9 before victories over Germany 15-11, 15-10 over Italy in that game we streamed, but Great Britain doused their fire a little bit yesterday with a 15-4 defeat. Belgium in all black, beginning on offense against the Poles in the all red. De Mesmaker all the way across the field. De Winter now trying to spread the play. Showing the backhand. They're trying to isolate the reset. Good dump coverage, but utilising the offhand to get it through to Clement. And now trying to blade this one past the defence. Oh, it's a drop. The offence had looked smooth until then for Belgium, but unfortunately that crept in at the very worst time.
What a second attempt. That was actually pretty interesting because I think he exactly jumped from out of bounds.
Yeah, had he caught
even
it, he
if
still would have.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been sad. I mean, even with the layout, not getting it because you're out of bounds. Weird situation, but very nice second attempt. And this is the first turnover early in this game. First try for a break for Poland.
Yeah, early break opportunity for the Poles. But that is not going to get it done, although there is a foul. Worth pointing out that in the previous game between these two sides, the Poles started out on offense and got broken early, which is obviously, you know, not ideal. They earned that break back in the second half, but those were the only breaks for either side each game, just the one apiece, which shows quite how tight that first opening encounter was. Will be interesting to see how the two teams have knitted things together since then, as that is going to be a contested foul. See the hand signals? Making communication a little bit easier for those on and off the pitch. Dobronovsky into the backfield, utilising the inside lane through to Michał Muszyński. And again, now Skorupski. There's going to be the shot, and you can see that that one just did not get the edge that he wanted at all, and it continues to speed away out of the side.
Not giving themselves easy throws on this early game. I think they need maybe to warm up also their throws, wake up the throws, I mean. I'm sure the level of those is gonna improve throughout the game. However, these first tries are not, what is the word? I have to warm up my English as well. Not concluding in scores.
Yeah, I think the disc went pretty much straight out of bounds. So that's why Clement will take it. So we can go across to Demesmaker. The sun shining brightly over towards our right-hand side.
Probably even blinding players a bit.
And Dingenen, wow! Oh. He really lasered that one through the centre of the field. And Demesmaker was able to get a hand to it. It would have been some catch, but unfortunately all he could do is end up smacking it into the dirt.
Great reaction, but yes, just not the right grip on this one.
There's some early offensive miscues for the Belgians. Can Poland capitalise? Dobronovsky looking deep again. That time it's the miscommunication. Orkan Lecki had already turned to come under. Now the Belgians looking deep again, trying to utilise the deep speed of Fenny van Hemmerijk. And it's a ploy that proves fruitful as Belgium finally get the game's opening score.
Great job, finally, the score for Belgium. Their offense is done. However, I'm thinking about how both teams started this first point of the quarters. If they keep it at this pace, they won't keep it at this pace. That's my goal. My point is that they've been hugging a lot and not constructing the game, building the game that much in swings and smaller passes and give and goes, which would probably be easier on their bodies because they still have a whole game to play, and this point seemed already pretty tiring, exhausting with such hugs and. But let's see. Maybe I'm underestimating people and they're machines. I mean,
we know Belgian Ultimate reasonably well at this point. They will play with a little bit of swagger. They've got that confidence. They back themselves. Zygmunt.
Got a wally defense on the handlers. Yeah, a wall, definitely.
Yeah, that front three with a diamond defending downfield. So far, Poland's just happily swinging it around the back as Duel. goes to Kowalczyk in the backfield. Now advancing into enemy territory. The reset goes to Zygmunt. They look pretty happy, just swinging it back and forth, smuggling a couple of yards here and there on the swings. You see it again, there's good spacing about this Polish offense. They can just keep going back and forth.
I think it's interesting choice to already put a wall defense on the O-line of Poland that we haven't seen yet. I mean, coach must decide early that he doesn't want these hogs to go and wanted to slow down the Polish offense no matter how they play.
Yeah, this is obviously one of the things that they'll have learned from that earlier meeting, that, you know what, maybe we feel like this wall defense will be effective as now a transition comes to playing more one-on-one defense downfield. Swung across, Kowalczyk. Just threatening the scuba there. The Poles continuing to slowly matriculate the disc down the field. Out into space. Caught by Kowalczyk. And that one tried to hop it into the end zone, the narrowest of windows. It might have been the first time that Ziwa touched the disc all point, but it's the only time he needed to, as that is a clean hold for the Poles after 35 passes.
What a patience. I mean, this wall really worked. I mean, slowing down the offense for sure. However, Poland here really showed such great patience, really looking for the right option. They moved that disc back and forth, I don't know how many times, from one side to the other of the field, and just waited, not advancing at all, and just waiting for the right option to gain those meters. And it worked out very well. I mean, clean hold for Poland, 35 passes, amazing.
Poland's offense coming out cleaner than Belgium's did. We'll see if that alters the way either of these sides play. It's a very good pool. We'll start Belgium from within their own end zone, seeming unfazed by that so far. Taking advantage of the defender there, just poaching into the lane to take the free swing. Now big gainer underneath, Biha. Threatening to take on the break throw. The messmaker takes the reset of Van Hemmelrijk. And Poland have certainly throttled the Belgian deep shots that we know they like. Being proactive in trying to muddy those lanes downfield. Foul called on contact from Serotsky.
Big pressure from Poland. They are really shutting down the favorite throws from the Belgium. Probably that they have analyzed their games. That was streamed yesterday against Italy, so they know how Belgium wants to play and are doing a great job of shutting this down.
Clement goes to Biha. Now down the sideline, they've got supposed to run a give-go. Biha has to slide, but does make it. Van Hemmelrijk. Again, they're happy to let Clement quarterback the offense. I thought that was dangerous with the handler slashing through there, but now they've got some break side movement going. Can they find the way to split those defenders? They can indeed. And Koen de Winter makes it 2-1.
Beautiful offense. They just needed, like, they found one pass that broke that defense, and then the flow was on until the end zone. They really didn't stop on this last part of the field. Really got that disc moving everywhere, centering it, then swinging and inside throws, whatever. Everything went well to the end zone. Another clean hold, 27 passes. That's also a lot compared to the previous point where they were just hucking quickly. I mean, these are very well built points. Maybe both sides got a little feedback from the coaches on the sideline.
I think the clear strategy here is whatever you do, don't let them have that easy scoring strike, because both sides are more than happy to take those if they are available. So we'll force them to work it under. We'll maybe try and bore them out of the holes a little bit. I think the edge is going to take this one to land out of bounds. It will indeed. Go check. Signals the brick. So it'll give towards the backhand side. As again, Belgium choosing not to come out with a match defense. Zoning once more. This time Poland maybe not quite finding the spaces as comfortably as they were in their previous possession, but they have worked it to midfield. Having the kind of the 4 players back does mean you can get yards with those swings, but it does make it more difficult to bust right through the center, the heart of that defense. Now the redirection from Doel. They don't just want to go back and forth. Sometimes they just want to kind of go midway through as Zetonia. Might get through now. Can they get that jail break going? Korek. Going back to Kozichik. Into the red zone. Now there's the call for the transition. They'll go one-on-one. Little give go. I don't think it's going to quite get them into the end zone. Oh. And trying to get free in a phone booth. There might be a call here. I think this could be a pick, because with them that close to the handler, potentially Renard is saying, look, I couldn't put enough pressure on because the force is right there, but they are, I think, retracting it and calling the goal good.
That was a very unusual situation. That kind of cut and a throw, I think I've never seen that. Little push pass like this, very close, okay, but here he threw it still over the shoulder, over the defender in such short distance. That is weird. I mean, why wouldn't you just dump it? Dump it behind. It's the show, it's the streaming.
It's boring, you know, you want to put on a show for the fans at home. There we are. Kozichek can't quite hop it into the end zone, and yeah, maybe he was a little bit out of position, but in the end deciding that it probably didn't affect enough. Ziwa gets his second goal of the game, and Poland level it up at 2 apiece. Offense on top early in this contest. No breaks as of yet.
No breaks, but a lot of passes. These are long points.
That is true enough.
Yeah, both defenses are managing very well to slow down the opposing team. What is interesting is that Poland is slowing down the Belgian offense without putting any zone or poaching D. Just shutting down the deep.
Yeah, maybe a slight sag on the other handler marks to gum those lanes, but...
And I like that. As I'm saying that, Belgium is playing very fast and absolutely not slowed down.
Demesmaker looking through the inside, through! Denied! What a block that is.
Right on time in front of the end zone. Polish player flying for the layout D.
That was sick. High release over the top. Can this offense get going? There's the deep shot. Behan, I think, saw it a little bit late, but he recovered in time to get a hand there and just palm it beyond the Polish receiver.
Yeah, behind the air for the defense. And Belgium is back with the disc for the offense. Are they gonna get their hold? We'll know that later. For now, Belgium is taking a timeout.
Yeah, their offense has had a little bit more trouble in this game. And I think taking the opportunity to maybe just take a breather, reset themselves after that brilliant Polish block that unfortunately they could not capitalize on. Belgium 2, Poland 2 here in the opening exchanges of this Masters Open quarterfinal.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my! Somehow they do it!
There are so many reasons to outfit your team in Force beyond just looking the part of a champion. Force offers professional design services with their dedicated graphics team. All apparel is produced in France. Force works with a local labour team and their raw materials are sourced in Europe. Force insists on transparency with no hidden fees and international express shipping. Look the part and play the part with Force Sportswear.
Poland very loudly breaking their huddle here, generated themselves a break opportunity against the Belgians. They couldn't capitalize, and the Belgians opting to use their first timeout of the game to try and get things properly clicking again. Here was how the Poles earned that defensive block. What a ridiculous layout grab it was. And I just love that he went to catch it as well, Jibita, because it would have been so easy to just maybe tip it and leave the door ever so slightly ajar, but no, Jibita with the catch block as well, just to make sure. But unfortunately for the Poles, they couldn't capitalize.
Just leaving no chance, no doubts about is there gonna be a second chance or not. Nope.
The Belgians using the blade to open things up on this possession. That one into very tight coverage. Yep, pick, I think, understandably coming. Stencil. Unable to keep up with Dinganen, because you see they pretty much run and clean him out, and that does allow the opportunity for the Belgian receiver to take off deep.
Sure that it is a pretty clear one.
Disc is okay though to stay with Pierre Bihan. And the Polish defense passes off a switch there, noting that their defender is out of position. Here's De Winter on this sideline. And now Legrand. There's a lot of zip on these Belgian passes. Again, trying to push the tempo into the red zone. Can they find that window through? The Messmaker can indeed. Edouard Gatineau makes it 3-2.
Beautiful redemption after some turns. These are the first turns we get. No, we had turns in the first point.
We did indeed, yeah.
However, we had 3 clean holds and now again turns, but Belgium managed to retrieve the disc after the amazing layout defense from, I'm sorry for your name, David Grzebita. Amazing, Grzebita, thank you for the pronunciation. Amazing layout defense. Then Bihan, who saved the disc for Belgium to retrieve their possession and get that disc and score on their side. Still trading. Both teams are still trading. No breaks to be seen. But just be patient.
And maybe, given that there was 1 break each in the first game between these sides, I think that's probably not necessarily a huge surprise. Having said that, I am going to go and double check myself, because the last thing I want to do is make the mistake there.
Belgium again with the wall defense. 3 dark jersey defender slowing down, making them swing the disc, forcing them to play more laterally and shutting down these deep options.
Yeah, just the 1 break each for these sides in their first meeting. Duel shows but shelves the scuba. Zygmunt. Big hammer over the top to access this soft space where Duel is wide open and isolated. The real problem I think you'd have with these overheads is that potentially you might be looking into the sun when receiving them, but otherwise it is not a breath of wind out here, so you do really have no reason to hesitate on those if you've got them in the locker. Dissolving into match defense. Siwa. Going back to Kowalczyk. Now Krzyzewski. Trying to get active on the force as the Poles transition into end zone offense. Putting a bit of air under the swing, it is tipped. Not enough. Zygmunt around, he heard the call from the Belgian sideline. Keep playing. Pick yourself up, go again as there's a bump on the mark and the foul accepted.
Technically you're allowed to call contact and not stop the game, so you can just go back to 0 and not lose time and flow, but this offense to choose.
Yeah, maybe felt that actually they'd rather have the breather there. The over the top to Zetonia, and Zetonia punches it in. He finds Stanisław Grzywalski, and that is 3 apiece. That's the closest the Belgians had come to turning over this Polish O-line, but they were able to collect the disc on the second attempt and then punish it with a 20-pass hold so far for this Polish O-line. This is maths here, so dangerous, I know, but 72 passes without surrendering possession.
72, good math.
Thank you. This was the closest they'd come to getting it, the Belgian defense, by some margin, but again, just the focus there from the Poles to make sure that they were able to collect the second effort, and then that little elevator over the top. They've got the break side motion going, and that little inside channel is wide open there.
If you have the throws, you can make your job so much easier as a cutter. I mean, just go to the break side, there's no defense there, and if you're a thrower, you can throw breaks. Easy. I mean, it sounds so obvious when you say it that way, like, oh, you can throw in the break side. Let's just go where there's no one.
Well, the advantage of getting it towards the break side, especially in the end zone, is you tend to get the vertical stacks very central. So if you get the disc right towards the sideline, you've got that little cut towards the break side, and yes, it's a break side cut, but you're still throwing it into the open side almost. And so you've got this huge window where there's not a lot of pressure on the throw, there's not a lot of defense on the cut.
Make your life easier.
It certainly does.
I think this is one of the first horizontal start we have
Yeah, trying to spread out this Polish defense.
Most of teams are playing vertical here this weekend, so it's nice to see a bit of horizontal. And
De Bestmaker to the end zone, drops right in bounds for Bobby Clement. We know that De Bestmaker has it in his arsenal, and he turns distributor once more.
we were waiting for that. The matchmaker, as you say, had so many hugs on the previous streaming. We know he can throw those. And here finally serving them for this second streaming for Belgium on this quarterfinal. Look at the replay of this dime throw. Receiver completely free. The receiver, Bobby Clement. What a timing to get free from the defense. And finally getting a deep shot that Poland has been so good at shutting down so far in the game. But still, Belgium manages to find the gap for this cut.
I think it justifies the way the Polish defence had been playing in the first few points as they were going for the rolling pull tight towards the sideline and pinning them here. But it didn't actually land in bounds, and they'll have two options here. They can lose the field position to go to the brick mark, or they can take it from the sideline. They are, I think, going to take it from the sideline. I'm not sure there need to be quite so many people involved in this discussion.
An interesting pool. I mean, one of a kind.
Yeah, they're just trying to debate exactly where the disc left the field of play. Gwozdicek, you can see with that star tattoo on his left elbow. Just, they're finally, I think, sorting the spot. Everyone's happy and we're in play. Finding the inside seam through to Zygmunt to get the disc off the line. Now the backhand towards the far side. The blade, over the first receiver. The second, Zatonio went to see if he could get the cheeky greatest out the back. But Poland's O-line turns it over for the first time. And in all honesty, that probably should have been the score, but the blade was overshot.
I would have loved to see this greatest happen. Very nice try, but hard task to ask. And what an unfortunate turn for Poland, who started so close to their own end zone.
Maybe the fact that they couldn't get the disc in play quickly actually did work for the Belgian defense, because it just took them a little bit of time to get everything rocking and rolling. Whereas the defense was already in position. The inside through, or they try and get the poach block, it's not there. And now they're shooting deep. The defender duel crossed right across the receiver's path.
Interesting. If we have a replay, we could see maybe who ran. I don't know, 'cause they definitely run into each other for sure, but the defenders seem to be making a play on the disc and trying to get the disc on a shorter run than the Belgian receiver.
Yeah, have a look at it again there. Make your own minds up.
Let us know in the comments what you think. What should happen here? What should be the resolution?
Resolution is the word you want. Yep, you're all good. Accepted foul is the result on the field. I think Duel accepting there that he created a position where he just came right across and initiated the contact. Duponcel's a little bit isolated, but he's going to go with the floaty backhand across the end zone, and that is the game's first break. Duponcel finds Capalazzo for the score.
First break, and it is for Belgium, 5-3. Finally, teams finished trading. Now is the break time, and the show is starting. So, we have a first one, but let's see what Poland's answer is going to be. Because I'm sure they're not going to let and give up on their spot for summit so easily.
Never mind.
This is only one break, others to come, I'm sure.
Yeah, certainly. While the first game was a game of few breaks, there will be break opportunities. But it is Belgium, with the very first time their D-line has the disc, who are able to break, with the Poles unable to use any of the 3 opportunities they generated through the first portion of this game. So you can see the Belgian Mixed Masters side is now here, ready for their semi-final game against Sweden, which is up next on this streaming pitch at 20:11 local time. I'm very much looking forward to that one.
Make sure not to miss it. That's going to be a hell of a game.
Disc to be brought in from the brick mark by Vrubel. Vrubel with the Poles, rotating players through to get a different 7 out there. Give the O-line just a rest. Vrubel trying to run the give-go there. Święcki. And now Skibinski. And the Poles moving the disc nicely here. Can they find the incision? Oh, looking for the over the top. Somehow it evaded both Belgian defenders and falls right into the awaiting arms of Piotr Kusewski. And that is a clean hold for the Poles, but maybe they rode their luck a little bit there.
That was a lucky pass. I think as a D-line, I would be frustrated for sure, but kind of happy that this is the way they managed to score. This is a lucky throw, lucky pass. I mean, so close to Hogan's hand to get that block. I mean, this is good side for, look at that. Good side for defensive, Belgium defense. We know that Poland is very close to get blocked. The other side, good job. Poland managed to stay focused, keep that disc in their possession, and get the score. Clean hold, actually.
Yeah, just maybe rope-a-doped them in a little bit there. Had them thinking, yes, this is ours, and it wasn't quite to be for the Belgian defense.
It's interesting. That's another clean hold. The only time Polish offense turned the disc, it was a break.
Now can they earn that break back here as the Belgian O-line takes the field once more. Demesmaker with the quick dish off. At midfield, beyond midfield now. Furrowing the inside channel to Bihan. Showing that blading option, going towards the far side. Oh, that was fired at some pace. And by the time Demesmaker was able to handle it, he was out of bounds.
Some are calling it inbound, though. I like the power slide, though. What a way to land. Let's have a replay. A look where the Mesmaker is landing. However, we don't see pretty well the line. I don't know if the control was before or after.
Yeah, obviously there are players on that far sideline who probably got a better perspective of it than we did. Just going to take this opportunity to bug spray myself up while the call is resolved. There you go, Andrea. Andrea de Rosa is providing our stats for this game and doing a wonderful job.
Grazie. Players taking too long to discuss, either contested or contested.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I mean,
I'd love them to come to a decisive outcome one way or the other, but if they can't, you can always just contest it and send it back. Yeah, they are in the end going to decide that probably was not able to establish control in time. So it is going to be a Polish disc. You can see there, but well-mannered, constructive discussions.
It's like, I like that they managed to find a conclusion to this discussion, but a bit too long, though.
Yeah, could have done with being a little bit quicker, but all's fair in love and war in the end. So, another break chance for the Poles. Not taken any of their 3 previous ones. Can they find one now?
Oh.
Little break side space. Continuing that channel. Peplinski. Back to Dobranowski. Throwing options with both hands. All the spacing was wrong. It allowed Bihan to come through and intercept, and then the quick leading pass to Gatineau in the end zone. Again, the D-line offense from the Poles, leaving something to be desired, and Belgium re-established that 2-point lead.
What a play by Pierre Bihan, coming out of nowhere to rip that disc and get the assist for Belgium. Another score. Belgium getting to 6-4.
Yeah, there are a couple of Polish players there coming to that space, and when you get 2 offensive players, it usually means that there's 2 defensive players as well. And Bihan using those long strides to eat up the grass in front of him.
We have another look. This big swing, risky when you put it that floaty. If the defender is over there, as Bihan. Very dangerous, and a nice finisher to Gatineau, who's been doing amazing as well. He's had pretty good stats so far in the previous game and this one. Always at the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, that's now 2 goals and an assist for Edouard Gatineau. So been involved in half of Belgium's scores so far. They're getting the underneath. Oh, it was a little bit behind. Good opportunity here, picking up just outside the red zone. That cut was very tightly covered. Not sure that was the option. Getting the disc moving quickly to Rosal. Now Capelazzo. Hogan trying to keep the disc moving quickly here. The Belgians, I thought that pass could have gone and foul called.
Head block.
Yeah, the unintentional one there is Kolek was just trying to catch up with Hogan, and that's as Rosal was going for the wind-up, and he helps inadvertently get the disc out of the hand. You might be able to hear just about Steph Pazzo filling the drinks cooler behind me. He's going to be very necessary on what is another hot day here in Bologna.
Lovely sunny Bologna.
The flick rakes around. Now dumped into the backfield. Plenar just shy of the end zone. Capelazzo, will they force their way over? Not just yet. Trying to stay calm, stay patient, stay in system. Rosal. Oh, the defender switched off for a second. Hogan took advantage, just jogs casually to that front cone. And the Belgian D-line has had the disc twice, and they have broken twice. And it's 7-4.
Second break in it again. in the break side. I mean, throwing everything, showing your toolbox, every throws you have to reach for these jogging players who don't even need to do that much. I mean, when you have such amazing throwers, it's a delight to be a cutter. You just go wherever you want, and you know you will get served.
As who was it? Ferdio Rogers put it when we spoke to him at EUC. He said it's easy to throw assists when your teammates are open in the end zone, and that is what happens here. The defender, he sees the cutter plant to turn, and he turns his head, and Hogan just saunters to the front for the break. Belgium up 7-4. Poland taking a timeout, trying to avoid letting their opponents escape into the half.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member
and fund our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Belgium up 7-4 in this one. Open Masters quarter-final action. I think the difference here, Charlotte, is that although Poland's D-line has been more effective at generating the turns, Belgium's D-line has been so much more effective at converting theirs.
Exactly, and I think the stats of the halftime will show us what you just explained, Benji, proving your point right.
So again, after the break, Poland getting a separate 7 on. Forcing pressure here, the Belgian D. Swiancicki.
Ooh, nice juggling.
In the center, Swiancicki again. Through the assist last time this line was out on the field. Into the backfield. Skibinski. Looking for an option. Still count rising, and he got a bump on the mark there from Rosal. Foul quickly accepted.
And a great job by Belgian defense to poach, to switch. They're really shutting down a lot of options and making this offense from Poland much harder.
And we know that's something that Coach Yanni really values here, that proactivity from your defense downfield, trying to get that efficiency and economy of movement, make yourself have to do less. Hammer towards the weak side, helixes a little bit, but good body position there from Musial. Now floating over the top, too far out in front. Belgium pick it off again, this time with Willard. Rosal is going to take Belgium's second time out of the half. Both sides get 2 timeouts to use in each half, and if Belgium can break here, we will go into half. So, hey, why not use it?
Yeah, I mean, you have timeouts. You don't want to kill yourself. Use them, take a rest, and also prepare your break.
Yeah, you can't take them with you. You get a fresh set for the second half. So why not give yourself the breather here? There is the turnover, just that little toss over the top. I think perhaps guilty of locking on to the receiver, Musial, and not really seeing the field as a whole, and that allows Willert to steal through and get the block. 7-4, Belgium leading in this Masters Open quarterfinal.
Wait. Isn't this for the other apparel? We've got like new stuff, right? Bring it in.
Feast your eyes on the new fan version of our iconic ULTI.TV sweatshirts. Great fan gear available for you. Check out our new range of colors and insist on staying warm and looking fresh. Shipping is available after EUCF Get your fan gear and be one of us.
Belgium 7, Poland 4 here in this first half of this open quarterfinal. The winner going on to face France in the semis. On the other side of the bracket, GB got the bye to the semis as the winner of the power pool, and they will face whoever emerges victorious between Italy and Germany.
Germany, who just took half over Italy 8-6.
They did indeed. So at the moment, should results hold, we'll have Belgium versus France and Germany versus GB in the semi-finals. But there's a lot of ultimate left to be played out there.
You never know what can happen. But I like the bet. Now Belgium with the disc to take half. They managed to convert this one as they did for the previous turns.
Clement slashes up line. Now has to go back to Rosal. Finds the inside seam there, faking the little quick dish off. Instead, they want to go back to the open side. Willert, who was able to poach across and get the block, has the underneath of De Winter. Belgium on the edge of the red zone now. Oh, that is one that Rosal wants back. Their perfect conversion ratio is lost, and Poland will get a second chance.
He really stretched to go reach for that inside for the break, and just maybe too rushed. Now is the word is rushed. But that was such a good flow, and Poland, redemption time for the O-line. I think it's the first time they get a redemption.
Yeah, and the Poles want a little bit of a breather here as well.
What?
Because I think they are all out of sorts out there. It's, yeah, they've just not been able to get anything going in the latter part of this second half. We were tied at 3 apiece. Their O-line hadn't turned it over, and Belgium have now scored 4 of the last 5 points, and clearly things are not in the right frame of mind for the Poles here. (7-4) Belgium over Poland in this open quarterfinal.
Have you seen our VO streams? Do you know that VO cameras are built for more tactical team sport analysis? The inbuilt tracking technology allows you to see the game in finer detail. That's why teams are already using it, and ULTI.TV and EUF are teaming up to help you join VO. Contact EUF administration to get more details.
Belgium 7, Poland 4, Open Masters quarterfinal action from the European Masters Ultimate Championships, live and free on ULTI.TV from the ground in Bologna.
And if you've missed the beginning of this game, we had 2 teams trading for a while until Belgium came with a break and a second one on the last point. Now we've already had a couple turns, 2 timeouts called, because this would be the halftime disc for Belgium, and Poland doesn't want to lose it.
Coming out of a vertical set, the Poles off the timeout, and Belgium will be more than happy to surround and clamp that, trying to pick up the players as they come out of that system. Able to get the reset off, but still hemmed in their own end zone. Musial trying to swing it to find some space. Skibinski tries to beckon cutters towards him, but not really seeing a huge amount going on downfield. Belgian defense really has done a good job of throttling the Poles as the half's gone on. Going for the blade over to that weak side, difficult throw, couldn't nail it.
Just too far out of bounds. And I was thinking about the time. It's already 50 minutes into the game, and we're not even reached the half time. So it's weird because the pace of this game is not slow.
It doesn't feel like
exactly.
I mean, this last point has taken a while, certainly, but even then, it hasn't felt like the sort of game that would have this lower score this far in.
Exactly. Everyone's going super quickly. I mean, we had a lot of passes in the early points, but doesn't feel slow, and still only 7-4 and 30 minutes left.
The scuba to Willer towards the back of the end zone. And the bid came in, but unfortunately Miguel Rosal couldn't reel it, and Poland will get their third chance to hold of this point.
Big bid from Rosal, but that one was a laser, going straight to the fences to the other side of the field. Hard to get. Again, Poland with the full field to cross.
It's still only mid-morning here, but it is hot in Bologna, and it looks like there are some tired faces and bodies out there as they wrench that flick deep. It works, finally got the vertical element to the offense. Player wide open on the far side. And at the third time of asking, the Poles finally get it done. Skibinski to Swienskicki to make it 7-5.
Finally, Poland found that deep space. What a release. The Polish player really using the full strength of a body, you know, when you use the motion of your body. Well, definitely did here to find Skibinski for the final touch. And the score finally on this long point. Actually, this is the most turns we've had since the first point of the game. 2 turns on each side. But finally a hold for Poland. Well, Belgium is still needing only 1 point to take half. We're 7-5, half at 8, obviously.
Yeah, and the O-line will have had a nice little breather there because that point took a fair old while. So coming out a little bit fresh, is that a boon to the Belgians, or will perhaps that time off the field have let a little bit of ring rust creep in? This ball is going to edge, I think, its way out of bounds. So the potential deep field position instead going to give the Belgians the opportunity to go from the brick. Just mopping the disc in his hand as he brings the Euro disc to the brick mark. Biha. Can they find a downfield option? Legrand, oh, there's a pick.
Pick out a few seconds earlier. A lot of traffic in front of this disc. And interesting positioning from Belgians.
There's the hammer, trying to get it over the top of the defender, and it works. Foul quickly accepted. And checked in. Reset. Instantly back to Legrand. Clement.
Ooh.
Poles doing a good job of forcing the Belgians back here. Now they gain some yards to Biha. Oh, that's a floater, but reeled in regardless.
Polish player screaming up frustration because just didn't have the time to react to that one. Could have been the defense.
Yeah, they are forcing the Belgians to take things slowly here.
The Belgians not hesitating to take some steps behind if it's to go better forward.
I mean, that's the motion principles that Coach Valerio Ianni loves. Just keep the disc moving, constantly change those angles. Reset stalls and give yourself those dribbling opportunities. It's a strategy that has proved very successful for him, both here in Europe and across the pond in establishing the youth program in Oakland. There's the deep shot coming from Gatineau towards the far side. De Winter brings it down and Belgium have an 8-5 halftime lead.
What a shot. They got stuck here in the first part of the field and struggled for simple passes, and at the end just hucked it as if nothing. What a shot to finish off this first half. Finally, Belgium managed to get that 8 on their scoreboard.
Yeah, and a first half that felt for a while like it just refused to end. Finally has its closing statement. The bomb from Gatineau, his second assist of the game, to go with with 2 earlier goals as well. Just finding the break side space to De Winter, and that is an 8-5 halftime lead for Belgium here, looking to advance on that semi-final spot. Can they hold on? We'll find out when we come back for the second half here at EMUC.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my! Somehow they do it!
Welcome back to the Open quarterfinals in the Masters division here at EMUC 2023. Belgium 8, Poland 5 is your halftime score. Benji Rees and Charlotte Tedderson on the call with Andrea Gerosa manning the stats booth, and thanks to Andrea, we can see the match stats powered by our friends at Force Sportswear. Both sides generating the same number of break chances, and Poland's offense generally being a little bit cleaner, but the difference is 2 conversions for Belgium, and the Poles have yet to make it work with the D-line getting the disc in their hands.
I mean, 4 break chances for Belgium and 2 breaks, that is a pretty good score. Half of them were converted. And we see that in the score 8-5. Luckily for Poland, they're starting on offense. But we'll see what's going to happen in the second half. Only 25 minutes left, though. This first one took some time.
You feel like the Poles probably need to get an early hold here in this second half, preferably cleanly as well, and give their D-line that extra boost to try and get those breaks back. There was just 1 break aside in the first encounter between these 2 sides. Dul. Zatonia causing for everyone to get into shape downfield. The around break goes. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication from the Belgian defense about what the force is as it swung central. Kowalski.
Very organized offense by Polish, waiting. Each player has his time to cut, and everyone's letting him do his job, let him space.
Zatonia thought about the break side option, either with the over-the-top or with the hammer. And there the hammer comes. The defender is close, but not close enough. And Ziwa gets his third goal of the game, and that is the clean hold to start the half that the Belgians would have desired.
Clean hold again for this Polish O-line. They're back on their tracks, let's say, back on track. They had these clean holds all game, and then just these two breaks might have shaken a bit this offensive line that got them turns on the last point, even though they got the hold. I think this clean hold is a good one for the spirit of the team that needs to put on the energy, put on the gas, like come back. They have the breaks to score as well. Haven't gotten one yet. It's time to do so. Second half is your time, Poland.
Yeah, need an excuse to puff out the chest a little bit. Hello to everyone watching on our YouTube channel, whether you're in Belgium, in Poland, here in Italy, or wherever across the world. We welcome you to ULTI.TV. And we are live all week for the European Masters Ultimate Championships and all of those games, and all of ULTI.TV's footage is available for free on our YouTube channel. On the sideline, Demesmaker. Shows the down the line option, doesn't want it, just about reeled in the defender bid. It leaves him out of position, and another brilliant reaching snag by Belgium. Well, it's a clean hold, but my word. Oh, the Belgian boys playing with fire out there.
So many people going for that up line, and finally a push pass to finish off this. That was a nice move, 9-6. Beautiful offense. That was a quick one of the quickest we've had so far. I mean, they slowed down a lot during at the end of this second half, taking a lot of time out and all. So this is the pace we missed. We didn't have.
Yeah, sometimes the halftime you get a little bit of a extended break, and you see it that often teams come out in the second half with renewed vigor. And certainly both offenses seem to have, the opportunity for a break has not done them any harm. Van Hemmelrijk finds Clement for the score. Clement was so influential in the first meeting between these two sides in their first game of the tournament, where he finished with 5 assists and 2 goals. I'm not sure he'll have quite the full stat line today, but he has still been influential as that ball is hanging and floating and ripped down by Matej Kolek. Wow, did he climb the ladder there?
I was wondering actually if Belgium was about to put wall defense again to prevent these hugs, or would Poland stop hugging, because we're in the later stage of the game. Maybe legs are getting tired and you want to get so many deep options. Well, luckily I didn't say it, but I'm saying it now anyway, because wow, this
I mean,
jump, this run, and then look at that sky of the Polish player. He definitely still has legs.
Yeah, he goes up nice and early there.
Kolek.
And Zygmunt, it shows you the value of getting things into play quickly, because he caught it. The force is still trying to get into position, and he steps into it and he pumps it deep.
For Kolek to collect it. I had to do that one.
No. You did have to do that one.
I know.
I totally agree.
Koyek.
So 9-7, clean holds only so far since the interval. But then we only had offenses on top in the first portion of the first half, and eventually the Belgian defense was able to bludgeon their way through. Good movement of the mark. Clement gets the disc back.
Oof. Man on the ground.
Contact downfield there between Verubel and De Winter. Just going to make sure that everyone's set and ready to go. Accepted foul. Sosna, those shades pinned in place by that headband, checks it in. Belgians are more than happy to take those resets if you poach them. Ripping the inside into the center of the pitch. Biha looking the lefty towards the back corner. Is he going to be able to catch it in bounds? He is indeed.
What a sniper, really. Aimed for that back corner, like millimeter shot. What precision. Clinical precision. Still got that one. Clinical shot for Belgium. And one more score. Getting those two-digit scores, 10-7. As we're slowly getting closer to the finish time. Look at this one.
Just a little toe tap was all it required.
Little dance move. 17 minutes left to the game. And plenty of scores to be scored.
Yeah, the game slowed down a bit at points in the first half, but the second half just seemed to have a bit more pace about it again.
Maybe after a break, taking a breath and talking with the coaches, new directives. And here we go.
That one is going to land out of bounds, so another brick opportunity for Poland. Neither team has necessarily nailed the pulling with the consistency they would have liked. Just vertical downfield. Belgium look like they're going to go just with a simple match and then switch late to the surround. I think maybe so they're trying not to give Poland time to adjust to it. Now Grzywalski looking towards the back corner, and this time the defender got the better of him, but I think the sun as well was a bit of a problem, and yeah, it does seem that Kolek is indicating that he did lose it in the sky somewhat.
I mean, Kolek has showed us how he can sky. You see again, what nice positioning, just maybe missed the disc, but that throw, I was surprised to see it go. I mean, the defender was clearly on the way of the disc.
Yeah, I'm not sure how open that really was. Sniping that one through. Still count got to be rising though. The downfield fake. There's the swing available. Got to take that one, and they do. So here. Rosal spreading it wide. Watley. Hammering. Defender closing in and putting enough pressure on. It is Morvan, the target, who slightly laboured, is able to get to his feet. Duel running the 1-2 with Zatonia. Really showing that inside backhand, but instead he's going to go around back to Zaton. Lovely high release to find the break side, and there is the continuation pass from Korzicek to Ziwa, his fourth goal of this game. It's 10-8.
10-8, a bit more of a messy offense for Poland, but they do manage to get that one. I mean, this is half of a job. Get the score for the offense, and then now the other half, they need to make that break. They absolutely need, if they want to have a chance to face France for semi-final here at EMUC.
And across the two games they've played, 1 2/3 of a game they've played so far against the Belgians. They've managed just the one break. Just to give you an idea of the task ahead of them.
Let's see how these last minutes of the game will go. We see Gia with 4 goals on his own. Half of the scores.
He's been such a finisher for them in the red zone.
Breaking angles in the end zone. Belgium again.
De Mesmaker. Finding De Winter. Just going back into the backfield. Trying to get that throw and go motion. De Mesmaker wants to rip, but the Polish defense was waiting for it.
What?
But De Winter, oh, he lays out. I think he was probably out of the back of the end zone by the time he may have caught it. In the end, it's in the turf anyway, and the Poles will get the disc.
Here is a break opportunity for Poland finally. They got that chance, and let's see how they are prepared for that. What is the defensive line offense gonna look like? Is it gonna be the first conversion for Poland? And we have another look at this layer. I got questions about this decision. I mean, throwing that deep shot, it's always a pleasure to hawk this, but 2 red jersey in the end zone and you still hawk it. I mean,
well, for De Mesmaker, he'll live by the huck and he'll die by the huck as well.
for the show, for the fans.
And as the Belgians like to do against that stack, they do start with a surround. This one, the miscommunication, can't be rescued. Heads down for Poland. Can Belgium get the cheeky Swedish at the front? Not quite, but they do punch it in on the first pass back. Clément de Gatineau, and that is 11-8.
Gatineau again, and what a tricky, sneaky cut. He just casually cut in the end zone, going back and forth with little steps. Just like, oh, I'm stacking again, and up, I'm going for the score. That is another one for Gatineau. 3 goals, 2 assists, doing a lot already at the previous game. And again, Gatineau is definitely Edouard Gatineau for Belgium, doing a lot on the stat board.
It's the first time the Polish D-line had touched the disc. In fact, the first time either D-line had touched the disc since the half, and that is an opportunity that was squandered in a rather limp fashion in the end.
Yeah, I mean, this miscommunication between handlers, how unfortunate. This is supposed to be like the reset, the easy pass, the moment you want to breathe and let a new chance for cutters to give you an option.
The turnover on the reset always feels so bad because you feel like, I'm doing the sensible thing. I should be rewarded for this. Ultimate does not quite work that way. Here's that wall that we saw early on in the game from the Belgian defense. The front three in the midfield. With Renard in charge of patrolling the deep area. Hammer again.
A lot of switches for the Belgium defense on the cutters. The wall is taking care of the handlers and no deep shots. Cutters are on person D.
But they are able, of course, because they've only got the 3 wall up front and they're going one-on-one downfield. It means that they are able to smuggle a few yards on the swings. Foul called.
Apparently, Dupont-Sellé wants to call something. Yeah. Defense was not moving. Was it?
Well, I think they're just going to, in the end, let this stay with Duel.
Duel. I'm wondering if there's any connection with Paulina Duel, the Eurostar player from Poland. Oh.
There, the high release backhand. Again, you get the disc right tight on the break side.
Perfectly.
Sorry, yeah, the cut comes from the center and it's just a simple pop into space.
Yeah, I mean, I was just impressed by how floaty this one was released. Like, he really went through the mark and still managed to give a perfect spin after pushing a bit the defense. Perfect spin for the Polish player to have time to get there. Wobble a little bit, but just the right amount of spin. Very nicely controlled.
Again, the Belgians aren't able to really escape into the distance here. The Poles keep pegging them back, but as yet they've still been unable to get the break that they need.
Angela, one more goal on his stat. The 5th one now for the Polish player.
Over half of Poland's goals have gone into his hands. They've got someone striking deep, but they weren't looking and they didn't spot Van Hemmelrijk. Watching that one all the way into the bucket. The Poles sagging off the handlers, and Belgium at the moment just happy to take those 1-2 yard passes forward. Broken into the center, Demesmaker didn't want the first one. It's going to go with the flick instead. Now leading pass, putting a bit of inside-out shape on it, and it was beautifully weighted from Dries Dinganen for the score.
What an amazing gainer to center the disc, and then this finisher inside side and throw to, again, Gatino. Gatino, another score for him. 4 goals, 2 assists now for the Belgian player, number 22. Always, as I was saying, always at the right spot, the right timing, getting free. This timing of this player for the continuation is very well.
Yeah, have a look at it again on the replay. It's a lovely throw, isn't it? Gets it out nice and early, which you do need to do with those inside shots, and just sit down for space. As a receiver, that's a throw that you love catching.
This nicely put disc in front of you in your run, like gently. As you say, it's so lovely. It's the kind of point you would go like wide arms or showing up, because you know it's clearly gonna be a point.
Yeah, you could certainly go for a little bit of showboating with it, but I mean, I would not, because I know the second I did, I would drop it. But
I've seen a lot of drops on that kind of thing.
It's very funny, isn't it?
It is.
It's very
delightful. As we call it, Schadenfreude, when something bad happens to someone.
Yeah.
You're just enjoying it. It's a little bit of that. I mean, it's always fun.
So Poland already beyond midfield, trying to move the disc before the Belgian defense gets set into position. They've got the arounds available. Trying to threaten something more aggressive downfield, but now the stall count's got to be ticking up, and they do get the reset off. There's the shot right through the center to the big man Zatoń. They're going to go around the side instead. Dul. Zatoń pulls the hammer out again. 5 minutes left on the game clock. There's the transition. You can hear the very vocal calls from the sideline. Couple of yards away. Little 1-2. And then the knife to Dul for the score from Kowaczyk.
That one got so close to get defended. So close. We saw Duponcelle cross that disc, just missing it. What a way to reach for the receiver. Let's have another look.
I think it's a case of, I see you in that space, I'm just going to get it to you as quickly as I possibly can. And zing.
That got really close, but it worked out. As I said, as long as it works. I've been saying this a lot this weekend, and I guess this is due to the fancy, spicy throws from the Master Division.
Yeah, they've got them all in the toolbox, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Always creating new ways to reach for the goals.
Little dish off. Dingerman looking at the field developing in front of him. And now De Winter pops to Clement. No hammer this time. De Mesmaker might rip it though, he does. And he finds that soft spot. This might go back on a pick potentially. No, I think they seem happy enough, I think, for this to stay with Bihan. And it is going to be a Belgian score, 13-10.
It's going to be a brutal score, the matchmaker to Bihan. What a hammer, like it. Like the hammers. I feel we haven't had enough hammers this game.
I don't know. I feel like there's been an appropriate amount.
Blades, yes, but not hammers.
It's not an outrageous amount, but they've come out when they needed to. And
yeah, we see the bump, but also we see the nice hammer behind completely alone. We've had a lot of hammers this weekend. We see, if you haven't seen the reel yet, compilation of hammers in this Master Championship.
I don't think it's a surprise to see that, the Masters, I think, have every throw in the locker.
Especially since we don't have wind.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't doubt that they would still throw even with the wind. Actually, that would have been even more interesting to see Master Division be played with wind, because that is their thing, having experience and being able to play with wind.
Yeah, in the other semi-final in this quarter-final in this division, Germany up 11-10 on Italy, with the winner going on to face GB. The winner of this game plays France in the semis. Neither of them a necessarily appetizing prospect, at least not as a player. As a fan, love to watch it. Żywalski. It's the Belgians doing a very good job of forcing the high stall option, but they do get the around-off to Zatonia, but maybe a little bit of a push there on Miguel Rosal.
Bit of frustration. Rosal Martin seems to be disagreeing.
Yeah, the game clock ticking ever closer to the cap coming on. Contested foul. Stays with Gordzichik. And there is the whistle, so we will finish the point, add one to the highest score, and that will be our score cap. Around backhand to Dool. Just shuffling it back and forth. That one is just going to be a little bit of a hustle required by Zygmunt. Nothing too outrageous. And there's the miscommunication. The reset handler planted to come up the line, and the disc was swung to no one in the backfield. Rosal. Willett. Just milking that one a little bit. The hammer comes out again, and it is on target again from Willett to Capalazzo. 14-10 to Belgium now. Game to 15.
Here it is, the hammer. More hammers to be served. I love it. What a way to reach for the break side. Gorgeous. Super nice counter-attack by Belgium, but however, it's a bit of a how to say, sad. I mean, these errors between handlers for Poland, that is such a disappointing way to lose the disc, I gotta say it. Especially in these later stages of the game, 14-10, each point is important. You don't want to get broken and giving up the disc to Belgium. Dangerous.
Yeah, it has to be 5 on the spin now for Poland. Can they do it? We'll find out when we return.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our
our
work
work.
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world and beyond.
Into the cap here, Belgium 14-10 up on Poland in this open quarter-final in the Masters age bracket, with the winner going on to face France in the semis. Game, of course, to 15 at this point.
Well, apparently, for now, Belgium is in good position to get their spot in semi-finals. Let's see how Poland is going to respond to that. Are they agreeing with me or not? Are they going to fight for that one? Do they really want to go to semis? It is now the moment to show it.
On the other side of the bracket, with the winner going on to face Great Britain, Italy and Germany are locked at 11s.
Ooh,
Yeah.
spicy.
Duel. Gets the reset off around to Zygmunt. Now Zatoń. Will the Poles be refreshed after the reset they got from the timeout? Zygmunt back to Kowalczyk. Now Grzywalski. Underneath the Zatoń, a little bit low, not a problem. Got to be continued into the end zone is to Maciej Kowalczyk. That's the hold Poland needed. Can they get breaks? Something they've not managed to do yet this game, and they only managed to do once in their previous meeting.
What a nice offense from Poland. Yes, as you say, clean hold. Beautiful to see. A bit late, but still beautiful to see. I mean, game is not over until someone reaches 15, so still got plenty of time to give everything you have as long as Poland is breaking. But for that would be actually a first break for them if they manage to do it now. Better late than never. So let's see what they've prepared, what probably power line they've prepared for this point, for this important defense.
It's tricky when you're this far behind, because on the one hand you want to keep your best players out there, but you've got, you know, enough of a deficit that the more you keep them out there, the more tired they're going to be if you can get one of those. It's a tricky balance to try and toe.
And there are still at least two games to play.
But will those games be in the top 4, or will they just be playing for the finals? We will find out as the pool goes all the way through the end zone and out for a brick. A little bit of a jog to the brick mark. Can Belgium finish it here? Demesmaker underneath. Demesmaker, he does like the big shot this time. He puts it away. The around requires the layout to save from Legrand. Dinganen. Now Demesmaker. A little bit of congestion in the handler space. They go back to Van Hemmelrijk. Clement wants the quick dish off, but it's not there. Looks at the down the line shot to Demesmaker. You can tell the Belgians having to be worked hard by this Polish defense, but Demesmaker sees a window for a shot. Oh, it's tipped round the corner, and that's enough.
What a play! How did he get that one? Just tipped, as you say, just enough to prevent Gattino to have another score for Belgium. I think they really thought about it, who to put on Gattino. Here it was the duty of number 55, Konstantin. Ooh la la, Swiecicki? I don't know how to
Swiecicki.
Anyway, great job. Mission complete, but now is
the chance for the break, the deep shot. Well read, well reeled in by Kowek. Popping it off. Can they play the numbers game near the end zone? He's got the disc, he's got no stall. Going for the little pop. Shekarowski.
Still alone. They let Kozak completely alone.
And the high release lefty towards the far side, and he absolutely mossed him on the catch there from Kowek. That is the first Polish break of the game. Now they need to find 3 more.
What a break! First one, that was right on time. Finally a break for Poland, and what a break. I don't understand. What did the defense from Belgium do? Why did they leave Kolik completely alone? I mean, have you seen the skies he had? Look at this one too. And you don't want to let this guy alone in the end zone.
Nope. Whatever defense you had that let that happen, I would probably change it. I'm sure, of course, that wasn't the plan, but that's how it played out.
What a play by Poland. However, that was probably a power line that they put. And I don't know how many points they will be able to score that way, but I really hope they're gonna put more of those, because they're getting closer to the 15 points needed to win. Well, Belgium still only needs that last one.
On the other half of the bracket, that game has wrapped up between Germany and Italy, and having been 11-9 down, Italy win 13-11, so they will face Great Britain in one semi-final. Will it be Belgium or Poland in the other? A good pool will start Belgium in perilous field position, but they get out to about their own brick mark. Now to Winter, to Demesmaker, the deep shot to Biha is on, if he can throw it in there, but he's overthrown it. It was open. It's a perfectly valid shot to take, but he put too much through it.
Too much gains. Can't control the power. This last point is always pretty stressful to score, because you know you only have one last point to score, like another one, just the last one, but it's actually not just one. It's like the tougher one to get, because the pressure is so high, you don't want to miss it.
That one is going to float. Who's going to be able to read it better? The defender gets up, and Demesmaker earns it back.
Great positioning by the Demesmaker.
You can see Poland, they want to stop the scoring pass. They're happy to force the Belgians to work in underneath. Oh, it's jacked down the sideline. Again, all of a sudden, Belgium seem to have lost their composure.
The thrower himself got pushed back by this throw that really got, as I said, jacked. I mean, so much. That wiping was super strong. That's what I'm saying. The stress the these players are showing. We have this nice look at our own staff having fun with the volunteers.
Duel.
Lovely. But yeah, it is very stressful. That's the moment your offense needs to keep calm and not go too fast.
Now at midfield, and it's jacked again. Serotsky looking towards the back of the end zone. Jivalski all defended by the messmaker again.
The messmaker always there in the deep space to position himself and get these skies. Great job by the Belgian defender. Le Suisse.
No, he's Belgian.
He's also half Swiss, and they call him Le Suisse for that.
Creative nickname. Belgium calling the timeout because they know that they have got very ragged here in the closing stages of this game. Can they close it out? We'll find out when we return.
Wait. Isn't this for the other apparel? We've got like new stuff, right? Bring it, bring it in.
Feast your eyes on the new fan version of our iconic ULTI.TV sweatshirts. Great fan gear available for you. Check out our new range of colors and insist on staying warm and looking fresh. Shipping is available after EUCF. Get your fan gear and be one of us.
Belgium 14, Poland 12. Belgium have been on top throughout this game, but they are struggling to close things out here with a semi-final berth seemingly within their reach.
I mean, we are 13 minutes into additional time. This last point is taking long to Belgium because Poland is absolutely not giving up and making every play necessary to really shut down these scores from Belgium. And at the same time, Belgium is not helping themselves. They seem to be rushing things, trying to finish this point faster than it should. They should take a deep breath and just one more second for every pass and not just jack it to the end zone as fast as possible.
But I like jacking it to the end zone as fast as possible. The question will be for Poland is, have they left it too little too late? They shall certainly be hoping not. 3-4 horizontal set off the timeout. They've got Zetonia just lurking off the back here, trying to pick up any deep option going. The open swing is taken. Bihar runs through into the center, scoops that one to De Winter. You heard the sideline, no huck. Want to stop the quick scoring strike, extend the game for as long as they possibly can. Gatineau with the rip through the center. Pins it onto De Winter. And now De Winter to Clement. Van Hemmelrijk. Bihar. And a pick.
I was wondering, is shutting down the deep space the best option right now? Because they've been throwing them away.
It's interesting. I think it's the safer option because you feel like while they have been throwing them away, eventually they might hit. And if they do hit, then the game will be instantly over.
This is true, though.
But yes, you are right. They might say, well, actually, we'll bait you to take those on because with the pressure mounting, you've shown that actually you're misfiring a little bit.
But that is a bet to take. I mean, because as you say, yeah, if it works, then it's over.
It's that calculated risk, isn't it? Bihar. Goes down the line where he's got Dinganen. Breaking into the center. Clement out into space. And Gatineau with his 5th goal of the game. Gets it done. Belgium will face France in the semi-final later today. A game that we will be streaming on ULTI.TV live and for free at 20 to 4 local time. Let's get things wrapped up quickly here because the next game is already a little bit overdue, Charlotte, but just one final closing thought from you?
I mean, no surprise, Gatino got that last score, and a great job to Belgium, who really kept oh shit, sorry for that, really kept fighting, and Poland that comeback just at the right moment at the end, just not enough. We had a really good game, and stay tuned for the rest.
Yeah, 15-12 final score here. ULTI.TV live at EMUC.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
Finding ways inside my head. Lost and out of focus, I can hear a word you say. 'Cause I don't care about your game, I just wanted you to see me. Thought that you should know I'm already sold, so never let me go. You right here. Stop talking